All right, so let's talk about heavy metal. You know, that epic world of leather, steel, and mythology. In that world, there are very few bands, I mean, very few, that are as completely, unapologetically over the top as Manowar. For more than 4 decades now, they've been on this crusade for their own unique vision of what they call true metal. So let's dive right in and explore the story of how they forged their entire kingdom.
Right from the jump, you gotta understand, Manowar's whole identity was hammered out right there, on the stage. I mean, just look at him. This was never just about the music. For them, it was like a declaration of war. Their entire thing, their image, their sound, their whole philosophy, it's all built on this incredibly powerful, super theatrical presence that celebrates fantasy, mythology, and the absolute spirit of heavy metal itself.
And this is their battle cry. It's so simple, right? But it's so confrontational. And believe me, this isn't just some marketing slogan. No way. This is the central pillar of their entire worldview. It's them drawing a defiant line in the sand, separating what they call true metal from, well, everything else.
Okay, so what does that even mean, to be true metal? For Manowar, it means you push absolutely everything to the absolute limit. And I'm not just being dramatic here. They have literally cemented this philosophy in the record books. Get this, way back in 1984, the band got officially recognized by the Guinness Book of World Records. And why? For delivering the loudest performance ever recorded. But, you know, being Manowar, they didn't just stop there. Of course not. They went on to break their own record twice.
And hey, if deafening your audience wasn't enough for you, how about just sheer endurance? In 2008, at a festival in Bulgaria, Manowar played for 5 hours and 1 minute, straight. That earned them another world record, this time for the longest heavy metal concert in history. Just insane.
So you have to wonder, right? A band this dedicated, this extreme, they don't just appear out of thin air. So how did this whole quest for true metal even begin? Well, the story starts, pretty fittingly, in the orbit of another absolute metal legend.
The year is 1980. Bassist Joey DeMaio is working as a tech for, wait for it, Black Sabbath. And on that tour, he meets guitarist Ross the Boss. They bonded instantly, and bam, by 1982, they already had a debut album. But they felt slighted by the industry pretty early on. So what did they do for their next record deal? They literally signed it in their own blood. I mean, that's a pretty perfect symbol of their rebellious spirit, don't you think? Okay, now here's a truly fascinating detail from that debut album. For the track Dark Avenger, they needed some really epic narration. So who they get? None other than the legendary actor and director Orson Welles. His booming voice just added this incredible layer of cinematic grandeur to their sound right from the very start. It's wild.
So to really understand Manowar, you have to look beyond the world records and, signing contracts in blood. You've got to grasp their core philosophy, their unique sound, and the powerful symbols that unite them with their fans.
Manowar are basically pioneers of a genre we call power metal. As their bassist Joey DeMaio put it, their music is a kind of epic metal that is drenched with crushing guitars and choirs and orchestras. Yeah, it's a sound built on these huge themes of war, honor, and ancient myths.
And check this out. This is their mascot, the Faceless Warrior. He first showed up on the cover of Kings of Metal. So why no face? Well, as their singer Eric Adams explains, the warrior is meant to be the fan. The hero isn't some fictional character. The hero is you.
The band also created their own signature gesture, the sign of the hammer. It's more than just a hand signal, though. It became this trademark symbol of unity, a way for the band and their legions of fans to show their shared allegiance to this whole code of true metal.
Okay, so their philosophy is clear, their army of fans is growing, and Manowar reaches the absolute pinnacle of their success. But the years that followed, well, they were defined by a ton of lineup instability and eventually some very serious controversy.
In 1988, they released the album Kings of Metal, and it totally lived up to its name. It became their highest-selling work globally and pretty much solidified their title as the self-proclaimed Kings of Metal. You had anthems like Hail and Kill that became absolute staples of their live shows.
But holding the throne, that proved to be pretty difficult. The band's lineup has been in constant flux over the decades. I mean, members have come and gone again. The one single constant presence since 1980 has been the bassist and founder, Joey DeMaio. He's been the unwavering keeper of the band's core vision.
The band's journey has also been marked by real tragedy. In 2011, their longtime drummer Scott Columbus died at the age of 54. Years later, his daughter publicly confirmed his death was a suicide, and she did so hoping to raise awareness for mental health and depression.
Then, in 2018, the band faced a major crisis. Their guitarist at the time, Carl Logan, was arrested and subsequently convicted on charges of possessing child pornography. Manowar issued a statement announcing he would no longer perform with them and that their tour would continue with a replacement. So, after all the battles, all the bombast, and all the controversies, what is Manowar's lasting impact on the world of music? What's their legacy?
Well, their influence is undeniable, and it's surprisingly widespread. You can hear their epic sound in the historical power metal of Sabaton, their warrior ethos in the Viking metal of Amon Amarth, and you can even hear their melodic sensibilities in death metal bands like Children of Bodom. Dozens of prominent bands across multiple subgenres all cite Manowar as a key inspiration.
And they've continued to embrace that epic, cinematic quality that defined their early work. I mean, remember the collaboration with Orson Welles? Well, echoing that, their re-recorded albums have featured narrations from other iconic voices, including the late, great Sir Christopher Lee and the legendary Brian Blessed.
And that really brings us to our final question. Manowar has always refused to compromise, for better or for worse. So what do you think? Are they a timeless monument to the spirit of heavy metal, or are they a fascinating relic of an era that's past? Their story proves that in the kingdom of metal, the debate is far from over.